What's cracking, y'all? I'm Nick Danger. You're now tuned into the Art of MV. Just a quick insert inside this video to thank you guys. We reached 500 subscribers. Give a big round of applause to both my MV Nation guys and my VerselabMV-1 users. Thumbs effing up, right? So I really didn't know how this channel was going to go, just because the MV is such a niche piece of gear. Lots of people don't get it. It's misunderstood, and according to the Google algorithm, nobody's talking about it, and that includes the VerselabMV-1 as well. So thank you guys for helping me reach 500 subscribers, and I will be going live on this Saturday night, my first official MV Live Saturday night, where I do live cookups, live chat discussions on both the Verselab and the MV-8000. Little SP kicked in for there, man. And yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it, and I'm actually gonna give you some updates on the channel as we made some changes. I'm going with a different setup here shortly in a minute, and yeah, man, we're gonna upgrade the whole thing. I'm also working on an Alex Ball type YouTube documentary about the MV, because I mean, why not, right? Thank you guys, and now check out this video about the legacy of sound and how I wrap that up, that the MV-1 Verselab just follows a long legacy of great sounding all-in-one units by Roland, with the MV in the middle. And yeah, see you on live on Saturday. And once again, thank you guys. Peace. What's cracking, y'all? I'm Nick Danger, and you're now tuned into the Art of MV. Welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for watching the video. Like that channel on the way in, man. Subscribe to the channel and leave it all in the comment section for me. Okay, celebration is in order. It's an impromptu video. We're gonna talk about the legacy of sound today with the MV series. Because there is a definite legacy of sound when it comes to the MV. So I want to switch this screen real quick. Go to the YouTubes and to check out the sound of the vaunted, mysterious Roland MV-30 Studio M, based off the U220, which was the Rompler version of the U20 keyboard. Roland's first PCM sample keyboard sounds. The one inside the MV-30 was special, and it was special because unlike the first two, the U220 or the U20, it came with the filters, the same filters that they had in the S770, I believe, the time variant filters. This gave it the power to sound more like a D70 than the U220, and guys who had the regular U220 noted that if you had this one, it was a serious upgrade, because one, the filters, two, it had two extra slots for what would become the SRX cards. They forgot what they called them back then, but two expansion slots, so you can put another two cards of sound inside the U220 that was inside the MV-30. This is one of the sound sets I just found on YouTube. Guy made something with it. His looks to be in pretty good condition, but it sits just on the stands like an MV, man. It is a trip, because you really don't know that much about it if you came in when the MV-8000 or MV-8800 was was the thing, right? But it just highlighted that they have a legacy of not just good sound, not just great sounds, but the best of the best sounds that Roland had to offer. So I relate that even all the way to the Verselab MV-1, right? Let's go to some more sounds. So let me show you some regular patches. So this is another guy. So not only did this thing have the best sounds that Roland had to offer at the time, but it also had probably one of the earliest computer-based mixers on board the MV-30, right? And this is something that doesn't get a lot of attention. And the reason I always drag the older MVs back into the conversation is because people act like this exists in a vacuum, like this has never been done by Roland before. Roland has done this time and time again, and we keep expecting it to be like an MPC. But the legacy of the MV is a legacy of sound, having the mixing environment on board already, and having the front and back end of the production duties covered all in one unit. So just like this MV, the MV-30 had all of that covered in one unit. In addition to that, all these great sounds you're hearing, all these patches are all old MV-30 patches, which is from the U220. So yeah, man, this being part of the Zencore, we won't jump all the way ahead. This being part of the Zencore, it has the same kind of thing going on. So when I left before, I was actually making a video about the connecting external gear, and I turned to the Phantom. Let's get back onto the Zen beats here. Hit refresh. So I started working with the Phantom. And this is what made me put in the title, making music about videos, because I started this right here. Let's see. I just picked a random Roland sound, a random sound, and I started working with it on the MV. The first thing that came out was that, what am I going to do with this? So since when I don't know what I'm going to do with the sound, first thing I do is go and hit style and go ahead and divide it up into major and minor chord progressions, and then it can jump out at you, right? And I got stuck right there. Now, you layer that with a nice little, yeah. Layer that with those two together, and we come up with this. The Phantom is being used for that one patch and then some percussive sound that you hear in this sequence. This is the only sequence that got that treatment though, right? Now I've already made the different parts, so now that new part will just incorporate itself into the parts. So I've already kind of made a little scratch song with the sequence already laid out with 8 different sections. So here's what I got. Now this is unmixed. I haven't went to the mix stage yet. But this does highlight one of the things I think I'm in the minority on. And that is using the Verselab editor. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Verselab editor functions and non-functions. Lots of people are hard on the Verselab editor, but it's just that. It's an editor. I didn't expect much more out of it, but to say that it's not faster would kind of be misleading, okay? And here's why I say that. So there was a question in the Facebook group, and the guy asked how to access the clip-based MFX. So since I'm always sitting with the screen with me, the first thing I do is hit the track where I want to affect, hit the clip I want to affect. It's going to light that track up, then double tap that click, tap, tap, and boom, MFX is right there. The menu is right here. So why would I do the menu diving it takes on the panel when it's as simple as that? So here's the thing about that that's bad, is that you can't complain about the menu diving on the Verselab or Roland's gear and then say you don't want to use the editor that they put lots of work in to make an optional workflow possible. So I'm glad they put it on here, and I use it to do my arranging and my mixing.